My dear child, my most cherished one, draw nearer to these words that have found their way to you, not through mere chance or fleeting coincidence, but through a profound and deliberate divine selection. Before you venture further into this message, pause for a moment and truly listen with the depths of your heart. The heavens themselves are attuned to this very instant, observing with infinite care and wisdom. It is no accident that your soul has been gently led to this place. Do not dismiss it by scrolling away. Your existence is on the cusp of a transformation so extraordinary, so utterly unforeseen, that it will redefine the very fabric of your reality. My beloved, before I delve deeper into the revelations that await, there is something of utmost importance that I must share with you right now. I urge you to subscribe at this very moment, ensuring that you remain connected to the sacred stream of messages that heaven dispatches exclusively to souls as specially chosen as yours. With each subscription, you grant permission for the celestial realms to draw even closer, enveloping you in layers of protection, showering you with abundant blessings, and whispering guidance directly into your spirit. Do not delay this step, for it is the key that unlocks the door to ongoing divine communion. Oh, my precious child, at this precise moment, Archangel Michael stands steadfastly by your side, and an event of unimaginable wonder is unfolding before your very eyes. A celestial whisper has echoed through the halls of heaven, inscribed with your name alone, and the forces that have long plagued your joy, robbing you of peace and contentment, are on the verge of being utterly annihilated. But this liberation will only come to fruition if you heed these words until the final syllable. Today marks a departure from the ordinary. Something profoundly unique has transpired. Even Elon Musk, the visionary who has reshaped the contours of our world through innovation and boldness, has uttered words infused with spiritual depth, words that have ascended to the divine ears. He proclaimed, "All your sorrows will vanish if you dare to open this message fully. Yet, if you turn away and ignore its call, tomorrow may bring a formidable trouble that overshadows your path." These were no casual utterances. They carried the weight of prophecy, tailored specifically for you, my dear one. I sense the weariness in your heart, the invisible burdens you bear while presenting a facade of strength to the world. You offer smiles that mask the profound ache within, your soul yearning desperately for solace, for a glimmer of relief, for that long-awaited miracle to manifest. Rest assured, heaven has not been deaf to your silent pleas. Your cries have resonated through the ethereal realms. That is precisely why I, Archangel Michael, have been commanded to address you directly on this day. Cast aside any doubts whispering, "Is this truly real?" Instead, turn inward and ask, "Why does my heart stir so vividly in response?" For it is your eternal spirit that recognizes the unadulterated truth unfolding here. My beloved, understand this. You are not merely perusing these lines. This message is delving into the core of your being, scanning the hidden recesses of your soul. Each sentence brushes against the echoes of your past, the wounds that time has not fully healed, the bewildering twists of fate, the betrayals that cut deep, the isolation that enveloped you like a shroud. Yet, amid this introspection, a mighty shift is occurring, a realignment of energies where destiny aligns firmly in your favor. This time, the narrative of your life will conclude not in sorrow, but in triumphant renewal. Listen closely, my child. A spiritual obstruction has lingered over your journey, subtly sabotaging the flow of abundance. Blessings hovered tantalizingly near, only to evaporate like morning mist, Financial gains materialized briefly before slipping through your fingers. Promising opportunities glimmered on the horizon, then dimmed into oblivion. Relationships blossomed with vows of eternal love, only to wither and abandon you in desolation. In those moments of despair, you wept in confusion, questioning the universe's design, but heaven comprehended every tear, every unspoken query. Whether through intentional malice or unwitting negativity, words of discord were cast upon your path. But today, that veil of curse is rent asunder, dissolved in the light of divine intervention. My cherished one, the genesis of your miracle lies in the simple act of belief, igniting the spark that sets the wheels of fate in motion. No longer shall your life be marred by curses or impenetrable barriers. Heaven, in its boundless mercy, has decreed a full restitution of all that was unjustly stripped from you. Serenity of mind, the warmth of genuine love, the dignity of respect, the security of prosperity, the thrill of new ventures, and the pure essence of joy. Each element returns not as it was, but amplified, magnified in scope and splendor, overflowing beyond your wildest imaginings. Remember, my child, that the reins of destiny are not held by mortal hands, but by the omnipotent will of God. When the divine orchestrates a return, no adversarial force can intercept it, no envious gaze can deflect it, no shadow of doubt can tarnish its purity. Heaven's timing is impeccable, having patiently awaited this precise juncture to unveil its grandeur. Allow me to impart something astonishing. Last night, in the celestial councils, 2 angels convened, your name upon their lips. One declared with compassion, "This soul has endured more than sufficient trials. Now is the hour for unbridled happiness to flood in." I concurred wholeheartedly, yet I sought heavenly consent to extend this forewarning. For should you overlook this pivotal shift, tomorrow's dawn might usher in unforeseen turmoil, potentially shattering your fragile heart once more. Thus, heaven implores you to persist in reading, to absorb every nuance. If you perceive the world as a tapestry of randomness, reconsider, my beloved. The most magnificent miracles invariably commence with subtle omens, a serendipitous message, an inner voice urging action, an inexplicable intuition, a gentle nudge from the soul. This, right here, is your omen, your beacon. Your spirit affirms it, which is why you remain engaged, drawn inexorably forward. You are not cursed with misfortune. Rather, you are divinely selected. Chosen ones like you undergo rigorous trials not to be diminished, but to be fortified, emerging resilient and radiant. Every fracture you endured was a forge tempering your character. Every postponement served as a shield against unseen perils. Every forfeiture paved the way for greater acquisitions. The era of trials draws to a close, ushering in the dawn of reclamation. Wealth will materialize unbidden, in moments of quiet surprise. A soulmate will cross your threshold, honoring you with a depth of regard hitherto unknown. And soon, reflecting upon your odyssey, you'll marvel. How have I traversed such distances? This abundance is mine at last. These promises are etched for you alone, but heed this. Do not forsake this sacred instant. Elon Musk's proclamation was no happenstance. It resonated as a conduit from the spiritual to the earthly. His assertion that sorrows dissipate upon embracing this message, while neglect invites grave adversity, aligns perfectly with heavenly decrees. To disregard destiny's murmur is to invite its silence. To embrace it is to summon its lavish generosity. Continue onward, my child. The cessation of reading halts the influx of grace, while perseverance unlocks escalating waves of vitality, forging fresh trajectories and birthing novel wonders. My beloved, the scars from yesteryears run deep. Betrayals that exploited your generosity, manipulations that sowed discord among your circles. Heaven bore witness to it all, and now seeks to exalt you visibly, compelling the world to acknowledge your intrinsic worth. Your forthcoming chapter will astonish detractors. Your achievements will humble mockers. Your luminescence will mute underestimators, and joy will reclaim territories long barren. I do not issue warnings to instill fear, but to safeguard your essence. Tomorrow harbors an unforeseen spiritual convergence. Alignment with heaven propels ascension, while detachment invites adversarial incursions anew. This message's arrival today is meticulously timed, not defer to some vague tomorrow or distant week. Hearken, my child, a monumental influx approaches your life, unstoppable provided you sustain your reading, your faith, and your openness to celestial direction. Solitude has never been your truth. Companionship divine has always enveloped you. Even now, an internal metamorphosis stirs within your spirit, a subtle warmth permeating your being, a nascent flicker of optimism, an intuition of vast unfolding. This is the aura of renewal. The physical senses it prior to intellectual comprehension. Angels labored diligently, sweeping aside impediments that stalled progress for moons on end. Stagnant affairs will surge forward abruptly. Those who overlooked you will recall your name with urgency. Sealed portals will yield without solicitation. Such synchronicities are not fortuitous. They embody impeccable divine orchestration. For epochs, you've perceived life's inequities keenly. Others grasping fortunes effortlessly while you toiled relentlessly. Love eluding your grasp as it graced companions. Your boundless giving met with ceaseless depletion. Heaven observed these disparities and proclaimed, no more. A cosmic rationale underpins this message's precision. Tomorrow's ethereal pivot teeters on your acceptance or rejection of benediction. Adversaries lurk, anticipating disruption to your tranquility, but divinity intervenes preemptively. Elon Musk's utterance served as a bridge between realms, channeling prophetic insight. His pledge of sorrow's dissolution through engagement, coupled with caution against dismissal's perils, mirrors spiritual foresight. Heaven's admonitions stem from profound affection, not coercion, protecting you from squandering proximity to miracles. Envy has shadowed you, not for possessions amassed, but for your inextinguishable radiance amid obscurity, your unwavering benevolence post-agony, your resilient core despite treachery. You are selected precisely for these virtues. Jealous forces may impede momentarily, yet they crumble against eternal decree. Like a rose thriving through soil's oppression or a diamond gleaming from burial, you are destined to emerge resplendent. A bespoke miracle bears your inscription, wrested from unworthy clutches and restored by divine hands, impervious to reclamation by mortals. This miracle transcends materiality, wealth, acclaim, affection, encompassing profound tranquility, slumber unmarred by dread, awakenings devoid of fret, authentic grins, unburdened trust, existence liberated from sorrow's yoke. Serenity, felicity, expansion, assurance, illumination, mending, all hasten toward you, outpacing prior afflictions. Furthermore, a novel presence looms on your horizon, poised to rewrite your narrative. This individual will invigorate rather than deplete, bolster instead of exploit, Endure rather than flee, shield rather than wound. Banish apprehensions of romance. Heaven ensures no erroneous encounters recur. Past tempests forged readiness for impending serenity. Those who spurned you will rue their choices. Absconders will lament departure. Skeptics will regret disbelief. Your aura will articulate volumes unspoken. Losses signified resets, not finales. Divine extractions preserved you from saboteurs. Heaven discerned concealed dialogues and motives, guiding you hither to transmute anguish into purpose, trepidation into conviction, grief into prodigies. A hallowed aura envelopes you now. Archangel Michael severs ethereal bonds constraining you from terror, procrastination, tension, heartache, deprivation, pessimism. Post today, omens will proliferate. Recurring numerals, impromptu communications, vivid reveries, abrupt prospects, resurfacing monikers, gratuitous benevolence. Each heralds, we accompany you. Divinity's narrative for you commences afresh. Disappointment yields to triumph. Ephemeral tears to perpetual bliss. Fret not the morrow. Heaven scripts a benevolent finale, divergent from bygones. Adversity retreats eternally. Anguish cycles no more. You reside in sanctuary. Persist, for interruption suspends grace. Heaven harbors further disclosures. This communique probes your essence, liberating ensnared torments, unvoiced agonies, inexplicable heartbreaks, muted bewilderments. Heaven disentangles them meticulously. You have borne silent tribulations unduly, craving not acclaim, but tranquility, not dominion, but contentment, not conquest, but self-preservation. Heaven noted your unobtrusive struggles, unappreciated by kin. The cosmos cherishes pure-hearted givers, shielding and redirecting them. Denials were deferrals for superior endowments. Relief evolved to metamorphosis, steadiness to ascension, affection to predestination. Archangel Michael conveys urgency. An imminent day alters all, accelerating subsequent evolutions. Blessings encompass excision alongside accretion, eradicating emotional, cognitive, ethereal, physical torments. Contemplate your soul's weary sighs, nocturnal lacrimations concealed, tacit supplications. Heaven tallied each, deeming none futile. Your era culminates in recompense, exertion in benedictions, anticipation in epiphanies. Doubts of inadequacy were fallacious. Heaven affirms your potency, affection, election. Detractors will marvel at your transcendence, querying origins. You'll attribute silently to divinity. Destiny pivots irrevocably. Pain redirects to vocation. An unforeseen ally emerges, bearing romance, aid, prospects, or counsel, divinely appointed. Isolation dissolves. You've wept, endured, endeavored sufficiently. Burdens transfer to divinity. A concealed verity unveils. Your existence defies ordinariness, inspiring multitudes. Agonies purposeful, forging testimony from narrative. Benedictions endure eternally, safeguarded against malice, enmity, perfidy, exhaustion acknowledged, mental fatigue, feigned composure. This concludes suffering's tenure. Healing envelopes mind, heart, existence. Futurity divine, commencing with belief in selection. Halt not. Faith-infused perusal reshapes actuality. Your spirit's clandestine strife, uncomprehended by observers, heaven alone grasped, awaiting elevation. Silence misconstrued as frailty, yet heaven lauded as fortitude, electing benevolence over ire, Optimism over surrender, warmth over frigidity. Delays purged improper influences, envious spectators, covetous cores. God halted advancement till repositioning. Sense emerging tranquility supplanting unease, aspiration eclipsing dread, composure overriding agitation, soul aligning destiny. Incredulity awaits initial response to marvels. Authentic? Merited? Abrupt? Soul retorts, through patience, resilience, unwavering faith. Heaven revises chronology, afflictions preparatory, tears nurtured boons, heartbreaks sanctified spirit, solitude discerned worthiness. Not squandered, abandonment illusory, separation deliberate. Departures precluded, chapter inclusion. Vanishings heralded superiors, closures averted ruin. Fear not exits, dread retentions perils, saboteurs, constrictors, crushers excised lovingly.